Arjan, close fight, tough fight tonight, but where do you feel you did the work that made the difference on the judges' scorecards that got you the decision?
You know what? I wanted to make a point of laying it on him with a stand-up and then taking him down when I wanted to. He talked a lot of garbage. Every time I shot, I took him down. So, that proves there are levels to this game. And all this talk about takedowns and wrestling, I think that secured the victory. But I was able to also show my stand-up and just got this thing out against a big dude.
Yeah, I mean, did you feel when he does talk and stuff, did that serve as motivation? Did it get under your skin or anything? How did you interpret that and use it in the fight?
Yeah, I've been competing a long time, man. So you're always looking for added motivation. And that was beautiful for that. I actually felt, with all that talk, he might be tougher to take down. But, it was nice and easy and efficient. My corner told me in that third round, just go out there, take him down and secure this victory, much like Goldman in the last fight. I don't want to do it too early either. Boxed him up, and then we took him down to kind of ride it out and finish it off.
You said at your open workout the other day that Juan is more focused on partying and chasing women. Do you think that sort of played a part in this fight?
Oh, absolutely. That fight wasn't easy. I had to gut it out. Obviously, he had more than 20 pounds on me. But we stay the course. We keep pressing. That's just years of gutting it out and finding a way to win when you have to. It's not easy when you're 20, 25 pounds lighter than someone, but you make it easy because the training's tough.
What about the experience edge? You had more octagon experience, more MMA experience. Did that play a factor?
And more wrestling experience, more experience being in deep waters, training, deep practice, tough, all of that. I prepare every day. I train tough. And we're going to revisit the approach for this camp and make some tweaks as we do every time. But more than anything, like I said, this is the way of life for me. I like a tough fight. I actually embrace that. It feels like I competed and I went to war, and that's the part I enjoy most.
You said in your post-fight quote, this was the last fight on your current UFC contract. So in your mind, what happens from here? What are you looking for in a next deal? And is it your expectation that you'll be back in the UFC?
Yeah, you know what? First, we get the numbers right. That's the expectation. I intend on getting the value of what I'm worth and let my management get to work on that. Aside from that, I enjoy being in the UFC, definitely. But I want to get paid what I'm valued, and beyond that, I want to get busy. 2 fights a year is not enough. This is all I do every day. As long as I'm healthy, I want to get going. I'm 32 years old. In an old weight class, and I want to get busy and let's get going. That's why I called out the guy I did, and that's what we want to do.
Speaking of value, that's exactly what I wanted to touch on next. I mean, you called out Arlovsky. Didn't go over too off the crowd, but why Arlovsky in this case?
You know what? Like I said, this is an old man's division, and it's time for the young guns to come out and take care of these old. Just in wrestling, I had the same approach. These guys don't leave unless you show them the door. You have to give them a reason to leave. And that's why I intend on neutering the pit bull, sending him into retirement. And I've been watching that guy for a long time. A lot of respect for what he's done in the sport. But there comes a time where the next generation has to step up, and I want to lead the way for the next crop of fighters.
Hi, Arjan. Obviously, your wrestling has served you phenomenally, and you've experienced just about everything else in this octagon. You have that submission loss. Of course, tonight, Juan did have the striking advantage, or at least in the numbers. For you, what is the biggest thing that you need to evolve in for your career? Bring it up to that wrestling.
You know what? Just keep doing what we're doing. I'm actually surprised if he had the striking numbers. I have to take a look at that. I felt we were very efficient. Coming into this, we could tell he pushes his punches. His feet weren't under him when he's going. But at the end of the day, he's coming in 270, 280. So anyone with that kind of size is obviously going to have some power behind him. But like I said, that's every heavyweight. I know what I'm signing up for. The difference between me and those guys is what you saw in there. I'll take them down at will, and I will grit it out, tough. That's what I am, and I've done that always. And I felt I saw everything he brought, slipped his stuff, made him miss. I don't think he did that to me. Whenever I wanted to hit him, I felt I hit him. Whenever I wanted to take him down, I took him down. So just more, press forward, AKA style. That's what I intend on doing.
Did you try to negotiate a new deal with the UFC before this fight?
They made an offer to my team, but my team was, I respect. That's why I have them. You have to trust your coaches. You have to trust your management. And CAA is one of the best agencies in the world. And you know what? The way that the market is right now, you'd be crazy not to. You have to allow the market to test your to set your value. You cannot let just one person tell you what you're worth. There's so many other players out there. That's the only way you really know what your market value is. and I intend on getting what we're worth. End of the day, I love the UFC. Like I said when I got into the sport, not only do I want to represent Canada, definitely I always have proudly, very proud to be here in Ottawa, representing the Maple Leaf for many years. But I also want to take this sport to India. That market is green. There's no one out there. China, there's people there. Japan, there are people there. Got 1 billion plus in India. All English-speaking, democratic country, open for business, and that's where we really want to get going.
Does that mean you do want to test free agency in this case, or?
Like I said, I'll let my management handle it. I want to get what I'm worth, and we will let the market decide what I'm worth.
In terms of that Indian market, do you feel the UFC has underutilized that? I mean, it's sitting there. You seem like a prime star to cross over there, especially because you speak the language. You know, you're popular in Canada. You've got that whole thing behind you.
It's a natural fit. You don't have to prop anybody up or make up a story. I've got a natural story out there, and deep roots from wrestling. That country has Olympic and wrestlers and Olympic boxers that medal every Olympics. What else do you need to turn into MMA? That's it. And that's WWE's biggest market in the world is India. So it's all there. Your only competition is cricket, which people are sick of, and they love combat sport. They love that warrior heritage. That's what I am, and that's really what I am. I don't make nothing up. Look at my interviews from 10 years ago. I'm the same person. So.
Arjun, just two more for you since you brought up the WWE thing. You recently posted a little tribute to Kurt Angle. I've seen your relationship with Jinder Mahal. Is that something you'd ever consider in the future, maybe transitioning over to pro wrestling?
Absolutely. We got some special things cooking up. My management represents WWE. We're going to have some talks with Triple H and these guys and see kind of what the future holds. And when I've been a pro wrestling fan for a long time. When we dabble in there, when do we cross over, that type of stuff, everything has to work out. Obviously, MMA, I want to compete, and the schedules have to line up. But, all the cards are on the table now. I had a lot of things on hold because nothing's more important than winning. And we've won. We won against a guy that, people coming out of Dana's show, they want to win. We're not stupid. So we know what the company likes. Guys coming out of tough, guys coming out of Dana's show, they always want to win. So we knew we had a tough fight. Juan has finished every one of his opponents, stopped every single one. So he's a winner. You have to respect all of those things. So now that we've taken care of that, I'm heading to Hawaii next week. I'm going to sit on the beach 1 week, and then we'll revisit all the options on the table.
You hosted your own open workout independent to the UFC. Tell me a little bit about that Punjabi Sikh kinship you have with the community.
Yeah, you from Canada?
Vancouver.
Vancouver, you know what my people are about. Come on, man. Canada trusts its national defense to one of our Sikh brothers. It's a warrior lineage. Anyone with the Singh in their middle name, that means lion. We are Sikhs. We are baptized warriors for generations and generations. All around the world, we all have the middle name Singh. We are connected now and through every generation. So I wear that proudly. I try to represent that every time I compete. That is my purpose. My purpose is greater than just myself. That's what allows me to train, allows me to do this. I don't have to do this. And I think that's what makes me more dangerous than anybody. I choose to do this. I choose to walk this path. And I have great people with me. Adam Ryan, Jay Johnsey, my brother Arjan Bhullar. When it's all said and done, these guys are with me in that room. They're going to war with me, and I got a tremendous amount of respect for them.
You talked about the Indian market. What do you think the mixed martial arts community and the UFC itself can do to exploit that market?
Let's sit at the table. What do they need? I have contacts all over that country. You know what I mean? They're going to Dubai. That country is full of Indians. I'd love to get out there even. It doesn't have to be just India. I got to sit down with UFC Asia guys. I don't know what the holdup is. But whatever it is, there are billionaires sitting in India waiting to spend their money on something and feeling like a big shot. You know what I mean? Like I said, they're beyond cricket. So this is something everyone understands. You don't have to sell this sport. Dana's right. Everyone understands what's happening out there. So whatever the holdup is, like I said, it can't be worse than some of the other countries where they're putting a PI in China. Everyone speaks English in India. It's in the school system because the British rule. It's democratic. I mean, what else you need to do business? Billion plus. You got a guy, and all the athletes come from the north. That's where my family comes from, North India, Punjab. That's where we go, man. And like I said, you're wrestling, you got your feeder system, Olympic medalists come through there. Boxing, Olympic medalists, they got Little Cuba in there. That's where all the boxers train. Let's take the cameras in there, shine a spotlight on them. Let's show them a way. Look, hey, there's a new career path for you. It's a matter of going out there and just doing it. And they have a broadcast deal with Sony India. They signed many years ago. I know that's coming up right now. Hopefully they renew. So they get free content in the country already. They know what the sport is. But whatever it is, I'm open to it. Let's get it going. That's what gets me excited.